Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god, it's been a hot minute, right? Also, I'm refilming live to you from up, my office with my girly girl in today's episode. Oh, you're sweet or something. Oh. Today's episode is all about Miss Briar Rose, actually, and why. What do you think? Why I have a service dog. This is like a hot topic. People are like, I don't understand. Why does he need a service dog? Why does he need a service dog? Yeah. So we are going to get into it today. This might be a lengthy video. Probably going to be all over the place because the girl's got ADHD. Yeah, that's right. And Briar is like, this is like the eating time where we're playing, but we had some playtime earlier, so we'll see how she does. Okay, before we get into that though, I'm going to show you what I am sipping, so we're going to have nice little breaks. I am sipping Deso. This is aptogen rich. So if you don't know, I've been sober for 9 months. I wanted to go this whole year without drinking a sip of alcohol, and I've done that. But I've been finding like I want like cutesy little drinks. That is so good. I also can't have like a lot of carbonation and stuff. We're gonna get into that today. I promise you. But anyways, this one is a sparkling non-alcoholic aperitif tres rosé. Bright red fruits, subtle florals. This is caffeine free, no artificial anything. Desois is what it's called actually. And obviously it is non-alcoholic. Okay. I'm going to read these ingredients because they're actually like really amazing. So there is water, pear, grapefruit, raspberry, and lychee juice blends from concentrate. Red wine vinegar, natural flavors, which we don't know what those are, unfortunately. And let's see, camille extract, grapefruit extract, oak extract, lion mane's extract, reishi mushroom extract, robos, I can't remember how to say that, extract, orange extract, cardamom extract, and rose extract. Obviously caffeine free. So it's a fun little thing to kind of like sip on, especially when I don't necessarily crave alcohol, but I do crave like having like fun drinks to drink. So I've been heavy on the mineral mocktails. Let me text my husband back right now. How are you doing? I'm doing good. What about you? I'm not getting into it right now with him. As in like not gonna text him back a whole lot. He's fine. Anyways, okay, today's topic. So if you don't know, I have a service dog in training. Her name is Briar Rose, and she's like the sweetest little thing. She is a golden doodle. And yeah, I feel like it's been a hot topic of why I have a service dog, including like family members and like friends asking my family why I have a service dog, as if it's anybody's business. Like, what a weird thing to ask too. Like, you know, I think everybody just kind of wants to know, nosy. I get it. I truly get it. But I mean, it's not like that complicated, right? So I'm very vocal online about what it is I'm going through, what it is I have going on. And so let's just start at like the basis here. So I've had thyroid issues since I was 13 years old. Like, it's been a long time. Lots of issues with that. I could do like a whole video on that alone. When I was 13, I had radioactive iodine done to my thyroid, which basically means it shrunk it. And little did we know at the time that basically I would be on hormone replacement therapy the rest of my life. So every single morning I have to take thyroid medication. With that being said, I also have ADHD. So if I get out of my routine, it is so easy to forget my medication. And sometimes I forget it for so long that my TSH goes through the roof and, you know, issues start to come. And when that happens, it can have a major effect on my body, how I function, my metabolism, fatigue, like body aches, like so much more, right? Just like literally the way your body functions, like even like temperature control, a lot of that is controlled by your thyroid. So you could imagine how essential it is for me to have that medication. And having ADHD gives a really big like layer to this, like that is so, I don't know, it makes it very, very hard, right? So because of that, that is one of the things that I'm going to have Miss Briar to help me with. She'll be bringing me my medication in the morning, and literally like that is in itself worth it to make sure that I have medication, my hormone medication every single morning. Like, because again, now that we know like how much it helps the body, like how much I need this medication, you'll understand why I have to have this medication, and forgetting it can be detrimental, right? So Briar will help with medication retrieval first thing in the morning. Alarm will go off. She will grab it for me, and she's in the beginning stages of actually working on that already. She has already learned her first task, which is deep pressure therapy, DPT. And this is something that is absolutely amazing. Oh, grab your carrot. Grab your carrot. Yeah. Such a sweet girl. She's literally the sweetest girl. This DPT is really amazing for women who have PCOS and endometriosis, and obviously a whole bunch of other different things. DPT can be great for PTSD, which is something that I suffer from as well. It can be great for nervous system regulation, and having all the health issues that I do. It's a really, really great task for her to learn, and she's learned it and she has achieved it, and she's actually done it out in public twice now. We've practiced, so it is amazing. And excuse me. I'm not even gonna cut this out. But with that being said, it's so hard still like learning, like for myself, like as a service dog handler, like how to be okay with people seeing me do that out in public. But at the end of the day, if it's something that's going to help me, why would I not do that, right? One of the biggest challenges for myself is that I'm someone who can push through a lot of things, and that can be to a fault, right? Like that's not necessarily a good thing. A lot of times that means that I've ignored things that have happened to my body or things that I felt and kind of pushed through. A lot of this comes from being a nurse, right? As a nurse, I have to put my patients first. I have to make sure that they're doing okay and that they are, there's a lot of things. I think she lost a toy underneath there at some point, underneath my desk over here. She's trying to get it out. Okay, just down. Yeah, let's just lay down. Yep, down. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, she's just right underneath my feet right now. The sweetest little thing. I forgot where I was at. But oh yeah, nursing. So with that being said, I would ignore my bladder. I would ignore needing a drink or needing to eat food, or even like crazier things. I would ignore like having to go to the bathroom. There was times where I remember working a 12-hour shift and not going to the bathroom, and that 12-hour shift turned into a 16-hour shift. Those things happen all the time as a nurse, and I've got really used to ignoring things, and that's not a good thing. So, there's a lot of times where I'm dealing with a lot of chronic pain, a lot of chronic medical issues, and I ignore it. And I think this is going to be really good for me to have Briar Rose for those things, because I'm going to be able to kind of, number one, connect with my body a little bit better, and in return have her help me more. What, mamas? She's like, I just want to play, Mom. We just got done playing a whole lot. Yeah, I think we need some calm down time. So the deep pressure therapy is, like I said, it's good for PTSD. It's good for nervous system regulation. Also pain management. What an amazing tool to have to help with pain management instead of having to turn to pain medications, right? Or in conjunction with pain medications. That can be an amazing thing. Okay, we've talked about some heavy things so far, so we're going to take a little cheers break. I'm a thirsty girl. Okay, this drink is literally so good. But listen, look at that cup. How freaking cute. Okay, back to topic. Wow, I did not realize like how hard it was going to be to talk about some of these things, especially because I know some people that are going to watch this video and I'm just like, oh shit. You know, I think that I'm not alone in a lot of these struggles, and like I said, I think for so long I kind of pushed them down and did not want to address them. Especially as someone who's like a board certified life coach, somatic coach, Ayurveda practitioner, and I find it so, I don't know if crazy is the right word, but kind of like hard to realize that like I do so amazing at helping other women, but helping myself is where I really struggle, and basically Briar is going to be like a huge part of that. So I'm grateful for that. But one thing that is been like really big as I was going through like things that Briar was going to help with my service dog trainer, she was like, okay, what do you want Briar to be able to do for you, or how could she help you? And she brought up one thing that I was like, oh shit, I forgot that I did that. And it is skin picking. And I kid you not, I pick my skin when I am uncomfortable, when I am anxious. Really, sometimes I even just pick just to like feel something, like I'll just be doing it and I don't even know it. I picked this finger so bad on the side that it started bleeding, and now I don't know if you can see it, like there's just tons of right there. You can't see it very well on the camera, but there's now a whole bunch of new growth and it's peeling, which is quite crazy. I peeled this one so bad that now it's like sore. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's sore, and this is just like anxiety picking and like being uncomfortable and nervous, and it's like repetition, and I do it all the time and I just never noticed it. This one I've picked so bad that it doesn't even have a cuticle and it won't grow like correctly at all. And that's just my life. So Briar will be trained like how to interrupt those patterns to keep me from doing that, which is really, really good. It's a big deal. So that's another thing she'll be trained for. A big one that she will be trained for is probably going to be allergy. What is it called? She'll be able to smell my food and let me know if there's any allergens in it. And why this is a big deal is because I was just diagnosed with my gosh. Okay, let me just type it in and I'll have like Siri pronounce it. What, Bri? As you can see, she's not, what, Bri? What? She's not a robot dog, especially when we're at home. She's only 11 months old anyways, but, you know, she still has her moments where she whines and she plays, and, you know, that's just part of being a dog. Okay, here we go. Let's see how to pronounce it.
Eosinophilic esophagitis.
Okay, eosinophilic esophagitis. And basically, what is so crazy about eosinophilic esophagitis is that, I'll tell you the story real quick. I went in for a upper and lower endoscopy, colonoscopy. No. Down. You're good, mamas. And really, I was just checking to see if I had any polyps, because if you don't know, my mom had stage 4 colon cancer. And because of that, I've had polyps in the past. And it's one of the things that actually will always turn into cancer. So I was like, okay, I definitely want to get this checked. And she was like, do you have any difficulty swallowing? And I was like, actually, yeah, I've always had that. And so she's like, okay, well, then let's just go ahead and do an upper while we're at it. And I was like, okay, great. So we did that, and I feel like one of my lashes is messed up. Okay, maybe it's not. Okay, we're good. But when we did that, basically the craziest things came back. So I have multiple stomach ulcers and small intestine ulcers. Actually, it's just like several of them in there. And then also have eosinophilic esophagitis in my throat. She actually had to dilate my throat, like open it up, my esophagus, to even get the camera past, because it was so like constricted. Which I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense, right? Like, it's insane, but like I've always had trouble swallowing. I've always had like issues, difficulty swallowing, difficulty like eating food. I've always taken like really small bites, and like it takes me forever to eat my food, and I kind of just like peck like a bird. This is not a good thing. And it's just been tough. There's times where I'll eat something, I get really, really itchy and like, like uncomfortable, like feeling I'm out of my skin, like I need to get out of the skin, and come to find out it is eosinophilic esophagitis. And basically it's where the white blood cells, the eosinophils too, will basically like conjugate, like, I don't know another word, but they all like rush to your esophagus when you've ate something that you are allergic to, which is pretty wild to think about. So what's crazy about that is that they recommend doing an elimination diet. I've just read about this. I haven't actually talked to my doctor about it, because we also have to wait to find out about Crohn's disease. I'm getting a CAT scan for that, and then we'll kind of get this treated and figure out like what is our path for the eosinophilic esophagitis, and go from there. But it is very crazy, because it's basically like I'm eating some foods that I'm allergic to and I don't even know it. But it's like, I don't understand if it's like a true allergy or if it's just like an allergy like in my throat, or like how that necessarily works. So still learning about that, but basically Briar will be able to alert to foods like that. If I go to a restaurant or something, if I'm traveling or something, and I tell them like, hey, I can't have this, she'll be able to alert if there's like any cross contamination or any issues or anything with that food, which is really, really great. That is another way that she will help me. There's also things like, she's going to learn something called Orbit, and that's where she basically will do like crowd control for me. So like when I'm in bigger crowds, she'll be able to kind of like keep me safe and keep people away from me. So that way I'm not like getting like claustrophobic. I'm not feeling like, too overstimulated, and she's able to like circle around me to keep people kind of away. So, why do I need all these things, right? Well, I am someone who is not only chronically ill. I have PCOS. I have endometriosis. I had it so bad I had to have a hysterectomy. I had adenomyosis. I have, Hashimoto's for my thyroid. I have ADHD. I possibly have POTS, which is another thing she'll be trained for, to be able to alert like someone, like my neighbor, if I pass out and I haven't gotten back up yet. Briar, quit. You are being a turkey. It's only because I'm recording. She'll be able to alert my neighbor, which I have passed out before, especially with my husband being active duty military and deploying a lot. These are things like I'm home alone a lot. And if I pass out, like I need to, have something in place for that. Also, she'll be able to alert me to like if my scent goes like different, where I'm kind of trending to possibly passing out. You're fine, mamas. You're okay. She just really wants to play today. But she will be able to alert to that as well. So she'll be medical alert. She'll be a psychiatric service dog as well. But with all these like chronic illnesses, all these different things that I have going on, and then possible Crohn's disease on top of that, it's a lot for like, first of all, one person to manage, one person to go through, especially when I don't have a big, massive support system here. Like my family isn't here. It's just me and my husband works long hours, and he's also deployed a lot, so it is just me and her. So why would I not have extra support? And also, why are people so upset about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just wild. Do I need her? Absolutely. I've gone through a lot in my life. I have a lot of PTSD from things that I've experienced, and if it's just like an extra way to make me feel better, make me able to function in society, why would I not have that? Like things got so bad that like I didn't even want to go to the grocery store. I would only do grocery pickup. Now, if I had Briar by my side, I'm sure I would be able to navigate that so much better. But these are things that I'm talking about. you know, and maybe it sounds like I'm being a little vague here, but like I don't need to like share my trauma online with the world. But having a service dog is for people with disabilities, which I have a ton of, and it makes it to where you can function more in society, right? In a world that's not necessarily built for you, right? Like, you know, the world around us is not built for people with disabilities. It's built for the neurotypical, the normal people, right? And I'm so far from that. And so, you know, if I can have Briar, then that is what works best for me. And I just don't understand why people don't get that. Like, why is this such a like a big thing? But I personally have been training Briar for a very long time. Since she was a puppy is really when we started training, like most people do with puppies. And then when I got here to Whidbey Island in March of 2024, I met with a trainer who does service dog training. And, you know, I told her that I really had an interest in you know, training my dog to be a service dog. And she was like, okay, so let's start with a puppy program for your dog. Then we moved into like the next stage of training. And then at that stage, she had decided that Briar would be a great fit for the service dog program. And so we automatically enrolled in the service dog program, and the rest has been history. She has been in service dog training now for about 2, maybe 3 months. And a lot of that training is not even like tasking yet. It's really like learning how to be neutral in public, how to be neutral in around other dogs. She's very neutral in public. I've taken her out to eat at restaurants multiple times before. And I've taken her to tons of different stores where technically dogs aren't allowed. And she's always done amazing. People are always so shocked at how good she does. It's just mostly around other dogs. She's still only 11 months old and still a puppy. So she's still learning how to be more neutral around other dogs. But I will say, you know, we're really getting there. She takes about 5 minutes before she becomes neutral around a dog. And then after that, she can go through a whole store and she's just fine with them. We just did training at actually Home Depot. I'm going to show you guys a little video. It's like the cutest little thing. Where is it at? Did you lose your toy underneath there? Is that what is happening? Okay, so this is Briar. She's doing deep pressure therapy. And there is another dog there. I don't know, you can barely see it because of the glare. There's my trainer in the corner with another service dog working it. And she did so good. And then this is her off leash in a stay while I'm walking past. There ends up being a couple distractions too. And then there's, of course, like people walking, another service dog working. And she still stays and stay until I release her, which is now. And you'll see her come running up right to me. So really exciting. But yeah, that was like our second time doing deep pressure therapy, like in a store with distractions, and her actually staying in deep pressure therapy, which is really great. Hold on, Mamas, I'll get you your toy. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish there was a way I could just like pause this, but there's not. But yeah, so with that, it takes a long time to train a service dog. So it's not just something that happens overnight. There's technically a service dog is a service dog after they learn one task. And Briar has learned that one task, deep pressure therapy. So technically I'm allowed to take her anywhere, but also she's still in training as well. So like different states have different laws about that. You know, really like the bottom line is that, Briar will basically help me function as a normal human, will help me with many of my disabilities and really just like make life easier for me. And that is literally the whole purpose of having a service dog. I will say some of the questions that when I had asked about this, about service dogs, is that like they're still a dog. She's still allowed to have play dates. She's not a robot. So, you know, there's times where we might be at a store and she might be like, I don't know, she's never bad. She's never been bad. But like, you know, she's just not a robot. So you can't expect perfection out of her. Just like we're not robots either, where we make mistakes and service dogs do the same. So, And that's just kind of how that goes. I don't know how long it'll specifically take to fully train her. But again, I do have a trainer that I'm going through. So we meet once a week. And then we do outings like here and there too, which has been amazing. But her name is Makaya, and she's here in Oak Harbor where I live. And her company is called Prevail Canine Training, and she's probably one of the best, most amazing resources, people that I've met. She's so kind, so caring, so compassionate, and very patient with me, which is, I think, like so nice to have, considering the fact that I ask a million questions all the time. And you know, it's very interesting because as a confidence coach, you would think that this would be easy for me to have confidence in, but if anything, it is like I'm starting over from scratch because I'm so like nervous, and it's really hard like when you're in public and people have like all eyes on you, right? Because that's how it is, right? You see a dog, everybody loves dogs, or they hate dogs, and they're like, why is this fucking dog here? Or like, you know, why is this dog here? Like, I want to pet this dog. And it's just, you know, kind of hard and crazy to like deal with and navigate and get the confidence to bring her into stores that I wouldn't necessarily be confident with or comfortable with right off the bat. Like a grocery store, it's like, oh my God, that's such a no place to bring a dog. So I've definitely had struggles like doing that. Briar's already been in a grocery store with her trainer, and I wasn't there for that outing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did it. And Briar really did so good. There's so much work that comes into service dog. Yes, I will grab it for you. I promise. Just give me 1 second. There's so much work that goes into you know, the desensitization in service dogs, the very consistent training that you have to do, also making sure that they're like eating good quality food, and having like a schedule for the most part for their food. And my gosh, there's so much more. We don't take her to dog parks for the risk of like her possibly being bit by another dog, because if that happens, it could really ruin or jeopardize her service dog career, which is so important. If you're watching this and you take your dogs into stores that you're not supposed to take your dogs into because they are an emotional support dog, please do not do that. Like, because if your dog is not trained properly and my dog is trained properly, then your dog lunges at my dog, it could ruin my dog's career. And I literally have poured thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into my dog for her to like possibly have that happen to. Like, that would be so detrimental, not only for me, but for her, but also for me, because I rely on her. Like, I will rely on her for very certain things. And again, can I do them my own? Sure. But is this going to improve my quality of life with disabilities? Absolutely. And that is what is one of the most important things, right? That's why people have service dogs. Like, can a diabetic figure out how to, you know, manage their diabetes without a service dog? Absolutely, right? But does a service dog make it that much easier on them? Yes, it's like a mobility aid, right? Like, I just don't understand why like people are so like up in arms about me having a service dog. And I say this because people have actually asked my family, like, why does she have a service dog? Like in an angry way, as if like it's just so crazy for me, a person who struggles with multiple disabilities. Bless me, sorry. Excuse me. Like why I would have a service dog. Another thing, so I'm doing like, I guess I should have announced, like I'm talking a little bit about, I had some questions come in. I posted on my stories, like if I should do something about a video about why I have a service dog. And then I also did a question box. And one thing is like, what do you want people to know about service dogs? And one big thing that I always have on Briar is her service dog vest. She's always marked and do not distract, and people will still do it. They'll like literally read it. Oh, a service dog. And then they come rushing up to her to pet her. And I don't know if it's because they don't know the difference between a service dog and a therapy dog. But it is really wild to see. And I'm still learning how to have a voice to say, no, please do not pet. Like, you know, because first of all, I don't want her used to, like, it's okay for her to be used to people, but I don't want her to expect people, petting her and coming up to her all the time, she does a really good job for the most part at being very neutral around people, unless I tell her she can go say hi. That's one thing that we've practiced a lot of. She does really, 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 really good with that. But still, it's very important, especially if she was like, once she learns like more of like the medical alert stuff, if she misses something, like then that can really put me at risk for possible passing out, which has happened before. I passed out one time and wrecked my arm, like a big scrape, but like what if I would have wrecked my head? You know what I'm saying? Like, and what if I would have hit my head and I didn't come to right away? Like, these things are like super important. If she can alert me before that happens, like that's very important. So, part of that, medical alert. So anyways, I think that is everything today about Miss Briar Rose, the service dog. You want to come here and give me a love? Come on. Up, up. She's like, there's too much shit around, Mom. Here. Up, up. Yes. Yes. Oh, what a good girl. Come here. Hi. Yeah. Oh, she's such a good girl. Yes. Good girl. She gives hugs too. Yeah. Don't you? Don't you give hugs? Mwah. Thank you. And that is all about Miss Briar Rose. Can you say hi? Look. Can you say hi? Look. We'll say hi to the camera. We'll say hi to the camera. Oh. What do we think? Anyways, so if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching and listening, and I cannot wait to share more about my journey with Miss Briar Rose. She does have an Instagram page, so if you want to follow along, we would love that. We would love for you to, be there with us and follow along her journey. Her Instagram page is, I don't know, I guess you can't really see it very well. It is BRB_ Briar Roseberg. So she's probably going to have her name changed soon. Something like Reflecting a Service Dog or something. But it is a pretty cute little name. So yeah, what a good girl. What a good girl. She's just like laying here next to me. I don't know if you can see her. Probably. Oh, there she is. Would be the sweetest thing. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And I'm sure I will do another video here soon talking about Miss Briar. And then also I have some more videos in the works coming for you all. So I cannot freaking wait for those to come out. I'll be filming those soon. And yeah, I'll be back. I love you. Thank you for being here.